All right, YouTube, Auburn football, Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button twice so that you don't miss any of the content here on Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. Definitely a lot to unpack. I'm actually doing a car cast right now, and I don't want to get out of them, but I want to do a little bit more where I'm stationary, but I've been a little bit busy here during the holiday period. And then just to let you know, things are going to slow down to where we can start getting back to normal content. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. One of the things that I've missed the boat on, I've actually seen the notifications for them, but the SEC shorts are absolutely hilarious. I really didn't realize how creative, how much thought were put into these things. Absolutely hilarious, and definitely what the typical fan thinks about certain things. I think my favorite one was from the bowl dance from a couple of weeks ago, where the actual bowl appeared as a woman, and it was kind of like a prom type setup. And when Auburn's bowl came up, the Birmingham Bowl, and I'm like, why? But then immediately, before they even said anything, immediately I thought, okay, the reason why this bowl has this hot chick here is because the Auburn Bowl game in Birmingham has a better looking stadium than most of the bowls that were being played. And I really thought it was a great venue. Definitely not the outcome that Auburn wanted, only to add insult to injury to a disappointing season, more than disappointing season, which has raised a lot of the questions that we have now. Number one, a lot of ins and a lot of things going in and a lot of things going out. A lot to unpack there. You have Nick Eason, defensive line coach, who will actually be headed back to his old team, Clemson. And he's never coached there, I don't believe, but he was actually a player at Clemson during his collegiate time. Also, of course, we have Kobe Hudson, who I'm actually glad I didn't do this video on, because I was going to talk about the wide receivers that will break out this year. And Kobe Hudson was obviously one of those guys that I thought with a little bit more coaching and a little bit more development that he can, maximize his skill. But apparently there were some issues there as far as congruency with Kobe Hudson and Brian Harsin, because Kobe Hudson even took to Twitter. He said, I didn't want to leave Auburn. I guess, of course, he didn't want to leave Auburn. He didn't want to leave Auburn, but Brian Harsin is from the north and I'm from the south, and we just don't see eye to eye. I'm trying to figure out what geography has to do with the human element and getting along and mutual respect and things of that nature. But I wasn't there, so I'm not going to place judgment on either side. But nonetheless, Kobe Hudson is no longer an Auburn Tiger. Like I said before, this time of year is just so much to unpack, because you have the ending of the football season, which really doesn't end, because you have recruiting, and you have the transfer portal. That's a thing. You have the junior college market. That's a thing. This constant conversation, and it just doesn't stop. This time, though, just like in the past few years, to add to the inability to unpack everything, Auburn has a really good basketball team. So we're trying to keep up with the Auburn Tigers basketball team and try to unpack all the ins and outs of the offseason as far as who's going to help Auburn out coming into the 2022 football season. And the basketball program is becoming more than just a distraction. These guys are really good. This is a team that could potentially find themselves in the Final Four, much as they did in 2019. Could very well happen. They have probably one of the more balanced teams that I've seen Auburn have in quite some time, especially when you have the height situation and their ability to play really good defense. They're very balanced on offense, so you got to really look out for the Auburn Tigers coming into this this basketball stretch of the SEC. Had a nice double-digit wins over South Carolina and LSU, and really much looking forward to what these Tigers are going to be able to do. But like I said, some big news. Kobe Hudson, in an already ailed wide receiver group, he won't be coming back, but Shedrick Jackson makes the announcement that he will be returning as a wide receiver for Auburn. Of course, Auburn has some guys coming as far as, the recruiting efforts, and we'll see if Auburn is able to garnish some guys out of the transfer portal to supplement that position. But the main thing, still looking for, I would think Auburn would be looking for an experienced quarterback. TJ Finley, we can sugarcoat this thing all we want, but the sample size that we've seen of TJ Finley is just not promising. Absolutely not promising. But this was just a quick video to check in with you guys. We'll do some more extensive stuff here in the next couple of days, as I will have some downtime. Like the video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle.